I want to get into this guy because I want to hear what he's talking about when it comes to DDG and Halle. So let us check this
each
out.
other. That is something that happens. So what I'm telling you is that sometimes in a relationship, things can go bad where the woman tends to want to hurt the man, right? So like, and these guys are celebrities. So DDG just got, now he just lost 4 deals. Well, he said, no, not 4, he lost a lot of deals. And he said, I'm a quadruple when y'all come back, right? So you got to understand something. Now think about what that threat is. Think about that threat for a second. So that means if I'm mad at you, Alex, I can say, I'm going to tell the world that you hit me. And the world is inclined to believe you over me. And we're watching people lose careers behind it. Like a lot of y'all probably too young to remember Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, but like when they got together, Whitney was America's sweetheart. Bobby Brown was the guy that America didn't like because why would Whitney be with Bobby? And now she's on drugs and everybody hates Bobby because she got him on drugs. And then we find out that Whitney was the one that got Bobby on drugs. That residue hurt Bobby Brown's career. Let's not forget that hurt his career. The world didn't, so when people, and here's how I look at it. This is why it means so much to me. Because a man's first job is to provide and protect. Indeed. That's a man's first job in his family's life, to provide and protect, right? So when you do that, you're taking the opportunity for him to provide away. So now it's almost like, and I hate to say this, it's like the Chris Brown Rihanna playbook, right? If you know that they had a toxic relationship. And it obviously spilled out. But that when that picture got leaked, Chris Brown is the villain. It don't matter what happened. At that moment, it's like that video of Puff. When that video of Puff hitting Cassie, it's a wrap. It's like that's like the nail in the coffin. My only thing is that number one, people make mistakes, so let's not kill them. That's like, let's not kill people because they fucked up. Let's not kill people because they made a mistake. Let's take a moment to teach them. Yeah. So what's happening is that these girls are saying these guys are doing these bad things, and the world is just saying, fuck them, he's dead. Kill him, he's dead. We don't want him around, he's gone. And it's like, bro, like, she can do that to hurt somebody. She can do that to hurt, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, women do things to hurt men all the time. Yeah. And sometimes for them it don't mean nothing because they just said it, but it hurts. So my thing is, like, we just need people saying, look, guys, let's wait to see what happened. And everybody was mad at me, the DDG thing. I'm like, we don't know what happened, but we know that she's connected to a very smart team.
Indeed.
So if I'm on her team, I'm like, we got to get out there first. Like, it's like, if you got to get your word. It's like, because whoever gets the word out there first controls the narrative. But then it'd be that moment where it's like, I don't want to kill him, I love him. Or I don't want to kill her, I love her. And it's like, hey, this is business, you need to do it. So these people are like, you have people in your ear ruining your lives, ruining people's lives, telling them what to do. And we're seeing all these families suffer. And I'm tired of it. So the DDG thing, the Tory Lanez thing, first of all, like Megan is walking around torn right now. So for somebody to do 10 years, for somebody to get scabbed on, like scraped on their foot from a bullet, like if that happened to me and you shot me and I wouldn't want the person that shot me in jail for 10 years.
For sure.
Especially if it wasn't a mistake or if it was like an accident, I wouldn't want, especially even though I hate you, I'm like, I don't want that nigga in jail for 10 years. I'm walking around, I'm fine. Yeah. So my only thing I'm saying is that sometimes we kill these men because of what women say without doing any kind of background check. And that is not fair. By the way, that's what I would want to happen for me. Yeah. Somebody's out here trying to kill my name, don't let them kill me. Yeah. Let somebody just say, hold on guys, is that the Ray we know him to be? Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And what I said on the Joe thing was, I watched the DDG interview, and I even tweeted it before that. I tweeted on my Instagram. I was like, I want to interview DDG. I like that kid. So now people are hitting me like, oh, you're like, why would you want to do that? I'm like, bro, when I saw him, all he was focused on was streaming, building his business, and taking care of his child. And when a man wants to take care of his child, women allow us to take care of our child, but they don't necessarily want to hear an opinion on it. So you can give us money, but don't tell me what to do or how to do. It's my rate. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it could be a lot of that. So my only thing is that in this case, before we just start going crazy and ape shit and just killing men, and Skai said that dude did it, he did it. It's something important in the Skai Jackson case that you got to focus on. Skai said she tried, somebody look up while we in here, look up how old Skai's baby is. Skai Jackson baby. She had the baby. So the baby is 4 months old. This baby is 4 months old, and you telling us about him trying to make you drink bleach when you were pregnant. So let me tell you what really happened. I'm not saying that didn't happen, guys, but here's why men get confused. If you're watching, here's why men get confused. Because she'll say that, like, oh my God, like he tried to get me to do bleach or whatever. But as a man, it's like, but it's over now. We're cool again. So I've let that go. Women hold on to it.
He's stupid. I'm sorry.
Until you piss them off. Until they want to see you hurt. Until they tired of you fucking thinking. And then it's like, this nigga told me, hey, I should drink this for my baby. And it's like, he said that 8 months ago. Yeah. Why didn't you say that 8 months ago when he said it? Because you still loved him. And you want to protect him. And you cared. And now you don't care about him, so now fuck him. But he's still
okay?
the father.
Is he okay? I feel like I'm like, girl, I should have been really taking notes had I known his video was gonna be long, because I had a few things that I wanted to say. As far as Skai Jackson's situation, like, sir, do you understand like mental abuse? A lot of women overstay their welcome in situations because the man has gotten into their mental. Right. And a lot of times and he knows this, right? But he wants to be the advocate for the men. And you know what? If that's what you want to do your thing, because we definitely gonna have people that's gonna advocate, for women as well. So whatever. But, a lot of times when women are pregnant with these kids and y'all are trash as fuck. Yes, maybe there could be some accountability of, girl, you should have just left then. However, they're holding on to this idea of wanting to have this happy family. So they stick around. And then after that child comes, it's like something happens to where it's like, dang, it ain't just me no more. Like, the actions and what you're giving towards me, my child shouldn't have to witness this or be around this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I probably can handle me or not or whatever, but I can't do that with myself and this child. Like, I got to get the hell on. Right. So I just feel like whether it happened last year and here's the other thing, actually, because if y'all saw my video, all right, I don't know if a lot of you guys tuned into it or not, but I read those documents. And not only did she mention things from 2024, she mentioned things from 2025 as well. That happened to her. Right. So she wanted to, when you're trying to prove your case and why you feel that you deserve a restraining order, you're going to list a lot of stuff that they have done. Right. So I don't understand that. I feel like him using Chris Brown, him using Bobby Brown, him trying to say that it ruins careers. I'm like, whose career are you talking about? Because in all honesty, right, I don't feel like DV claims ruin men. I don't think it ruins their careers, right? It might take some time, like even with Jonathan Majors. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to rock with him now. But in time, he's going to get his career back, right? Whereas we've seen people do worse than what Jonathan Majors did. And they out here thriving. So I don't think that it ruins careers. I think a man being outed as being gay, outed, exposed, whatever, when y'all are connected to being gay, when you're just being homophobic, is just speaking loud as hell, that is something that will really alter a man's career, but not so much as the harm that a man may do to another woman, and we'll get to Chris Brown in a second, because Chris out here thriving. People love Chris. It's just what it is, right? And some people try to separate the artist from the actions. I think that may be hard at times. Sometimes, even if you're a fan, you just got to acknowledge that this is what it is. This is the history, But I just feel like I did not like this. And for him to try to sit up here and discredit Halle said she had video. Sir, did you read the documents? She has video proof of this. The same thing with Keke Palmer, but y'all tried to sit up there and play Keke Palmer out like Keke was the one in the wrong. Now, granted, it don't mean, and see, here's the other thing too for me. When you're highlighting a person's poor behavior, as in Keke, it does not outrule what the fuck he did. So you trying to, and then the other thing to me, which is what I feel he was doing, you speaking on PR and them having a team, is you just minimizing what the fuck happened to them. And essentially, in my opinion, referring to them as liars. And I don't like that. Now, I'm not saying he can't have his opinion, because I damn sure have mine. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like whatever Halle said he did that shit. Facts. If you're willing to believe that he did it, cool. But she also gave some evidence. She also showed months ago in January when her tooth got chipped. She got online, said her tooth was chipped, but she never told nobody how her tooth got chipped until now when she had to put it in court documents. And that's the other thing that people need to be very clear about. This woman did not come to social media like that baby daddy that she has, dragging him or saying anything about their situation. All of this came out from court documents. So why are you mad at her? Why are you mad at her for his tea coming out when she wasn't even the one to spray him? She just put it out there in the court docs. I am so confused. Whew, that's crazy. And then he talked, what did he say about the Tory situation? I won't want a man to spend 10 years and this and that. I understand y'all are going to be on y'all free Tory. And y'all do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do it however you feel, right? You feel how you feel. However, what you also have to understand, Tory not only got that, not just, from the situation with Megan, but he was primarily, I think it was primarily because of that gun and him being a felon. And him having a item, him shooting an item, and then inflicting harm on somebody else, right? But he has a history already with that. I think that is why he got the 10. Those are my thoughts. In addition to that, they gave him opportunities to plead guilty and just move on about his business. And Tory was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And Megan also said that none of this would have happened if he would have, and we're going to talk about them again too, but none of this would have happened if he wasn't pretty much doing too damn much on social media, basically. Like, she wasn't even going to take it to the courts now until he started doing too damn much on social media. And I can see that, right? I can see that. Because he was down in the comments. Oh, Kelsey didn't do this. Kelsey didn't do that. I didn't do it. Somebody had. So are you trying to say the damn driver did? Did the driver do it? It was only 4 people in the vehicle. One got popped. What's going on? Right? So, I mean, what's happening? So, and then he dropped that album too. So when he dropped that album, she likely felt taunted. With all of that happening came a lot of hate. A lot of the fans got in the comments, started dragging her. And it's crazy because when you watch her documentary, I know she felt like a weight was lifted once he got that guilty verdict, but technically it wasn't. It really just amped up on her for real. So yeah, I feel like part of that is on Tory. I think that Tory could have had a better defense team potentially, right? That's just my opinion. Tory could have took the stand. I don't think that's something that defense lawyers typically like for those people to take the stand, especially with his history. Probably wouldn't have worked out for him, but still, you could have at least got up there and said something, right? And he didn't. So, and then you had the opportunity, in my opinion, to push the narrative towards Kelsey if that's what you wanted to do. When a person is saying that when a person gets immunity, even though Kelsey has a different type of immunity, and I'm not sure which kind it is. However, oftentimes when people hear immunity, they also hear guilty, right? So she's guilty of something. So if you wanted to push the narrative in that direction, then I think that you should have did that before. Now he got everybody trying to fight to get him out. He's been doing that. Now I know people are upset about that. Like, oh, he's trying to get out of the. And I think they may be more upset with the fans and the conversation around it than him trying to get out. Because if he is able to fill out paperwork or whatever and able to get an appeal or whatever, even though a person is locked up, they still kind of have some rights too. So, I mean, he could try all angles. If they afford him the opportunity, then why wouldn't he? And we could like it or not. Right? At the end of the day, it's going to be up to the judge. So, I mean, you could try, do what you want to do. But anywho, I guess we'll finish up this dummy.
Father of your child. He still has to take care of your child. This man is on record talking about how much he loves his kid.
And then I have to go back because this man sat up here and said, a man's job is to protect and provide. For who? Because a lot of men that are in girlfriend-boyfriend relationships, they don't see that as protect and provide with their girlfriends. But they be wanting wife actions, okay? Their expectations be on wifey level when it comes to the girlfriends, but they don't want to protect and provide. And you have husbands that will do that. Some of them don't want to do that either, right? Especially if you divorced, they gonna act like they gonna give true baby daddy, not gonna want to do nothing, all because of pride, ego, and wanting to see you fail, wanting to see you hurt because they hurt, right? But you would think that would be. And being at his age, he looks like he might be a little older than me, in his early 40s, early to mid 40s. And I'm kind of like, I mean, that's not too far from me, but I'm like, hey, bro, what y'all thought about at once upon a time, it ain't the same. That's not what it is. A lot of these is not trying to protect. They trying to be protected. Okay, they need somebody to provide for them. That's how some of them is. Just a little something, just a little few of them, okay? Thank you so much for the super chat, Jamie. Ain't one lawyer filed anything on his behalf, LOL. And I didn't think so. And he's still out here trying. But, if he can, push it to the limit. Keep trying. What Leah said, dust yourself off and try again, child. I don't know. It don't mean it's going to work, but you can try. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, DDG wasn't trying to protect or provide her. And I mean, hearing him, like, granted, I try to, he can have his opinion as such, right? But also, I feel like there may be details that are missing for him because you're not protecting and providing for your child, in my opinion, and the mother of your child if you're not making sure her mental is right, which she has to be with that child majority of the time. Especially when you come to social media to try to paint a particular picture of her when that's not what it is, and then inciting some sort of rage onto her and in social media attacks. So no, he wasn't trying to do that. And she beat him at his own game, which is what a lot of women do because women are smarter than y'all. Okay. But let's keep going though. However, I will say this is two things that he said that I will agree with. One, I do think that it's okay for people to change. Duh, right? What I don't like sometimes is when us social media people feel like we have to hold people to things that they may have done like years ago or some shit. Right? Now, it's a difference if you have gone on to not change. If you ain't been doing okay? And you finding yourself in the same situation, then I understand the dragging. I do. But I feel like give people a bit of the grace to at least try to change, see something different in them. I think for me, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the only person that has truly accomplished a change to me is Ocho Cinco. And I may not be privy to something, and I know y'all gonna let me know. But Ocho Cinco had that incident with Evelyn Lozada. He headbutted her. I do believe he was apologetic about that. And I have not heard a single situation involving DV or anything with Ocho. But y'all let me know now, okay? Y'all let me know. But I have not heard that. And I'm not gonna, drag up something just to try and throw salt on his name to continue to make him fit into that mode that I want him to fit in. But I think he's like the only one that I can recall that's come out and did something and change his image.
His kid name is Halo. I shouldn't know his kid's name, but he says it so much. Halo, Halo, Halo. It's like when I see that as a father, I'm like, I love that for him, his family. Nowadays, like he hit her or he pushed her or whatever it is. Number one, men are stronger naturally. But let's be clear. There have been scenarios. I've been in my house and I've had a drink thrown on me by my girl. And I'm like, and I couldn't. But then I'm like, if I do something, I still like the bad person. So for me, I just want.
Jamie, thank you for the super chat. The change do not be in the room with us. It don't. I have to be honest. It do not be in the room. Thank you for the super chat.
Us men to start not acting like women. Women can panic and run and, oh my God, we have to do something. Men shouldn't. Men should be like, let's figure out what happened first and then do something.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then you confirming that he ain't no man. Because I feel like a man's supposed to move in calm spirit. Because I feel like a lot of us women are more, as he said, high energy, stress. Like, oh my God, what we got to da-da-da-da. And I think that that man that you're with should bring a bit of calm and peace and ease and just like take a second. All right, so let's figure this out. But that's not how he was moving. It's giving little boy. It's giving grow up.
Let's ask questions and then do something. Let's figure out what's going on with them and then do something with each other.
So that's what he's saying. And another thing he's focusing on for me, and he's just speaking from not having all the details, is the fact that he's talking about what he heard on social media as far as her being, hit or whatever the case is by DDG. But you also not talking about how this man literally walked up in this woman's house without her permission and had the audacity to take a picture of her bed and then send her the photo and said, "I see what you be on. I see what you be on, breaking and entering." That's what it's giving. Are you okay? All right. And speaking of breaking, he also broke one of her Ring cameras. Like, yeah. Okay. So I just think that he didn't have all of the details. And, that's how he felt in that moment. Maybe that'll change. But when you talk about people's careers being ruined over DV conversations, that is a lie. I have not seen it. Okay. And honestly, y'all, it's finna teeter the lines of SA. That ain't finna be a factor. Stories being put out there about Shannon Sharp. Granted, we do often find people guilty before they can actually be proven guilty, right? We be like guilty until proven innocent when it's innocent until proven guilty. We'll go ahead and put y'all in certain boxes, right? And I understand that for people that may have constantly found themselves in situations, right? But with Shannon, we don't know we know he kind of messed with her, but did you really essay like what's what, right? Because of the BDSM, all of that stuff, but he's still out here thriving. Over there still doing his podcast. And I don't know if y'all caught it, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I saw him interview a white man. I said, "Now, baby, I don't think I have ever seen Shannon interview a white person. I haven't. Now, and maybe he has. I missed it. You know what? I take it back. And I don't even know if we should count him for real, but Gary Owens, I think the comedian, I saw him interview him. But that was around the time he was interviewing comedians. I think it was Gary. But this other white man who I do not know that says that he divorced his wife. She got access to all of his money. They were best friends before they got together and still best friends now. And this lady got a whole nother man and she still got access to his whole account. Shannon sitting up there looking at this man like, "Huh? Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "What if she come and take it all?" He said, "And that's fine." Oh, oh, oh my. Oh my. Oh my, they don't make them like that. So is that the type of protect and provide you talking about? Okay, man is willing to pay for the wedding if she got married to somebody else because that's his best friend. That's who he trusts. Man got a whole lot of money. Whole lot of. Okay, so you better believe she the power of attorney for sure. Okay, a beneficiary and everything because she is on them accounts and can go in there and get whatever she want whenever she want. Okay? Ooh, we like that. Okay, we like that. Okay, available whenever she need. We like that kind of stuff there. I like that. Okay, but that's that, honey.